Okay, let me know if this situation sounds familiar. You're at work or school and you're asked to comment or give your thoughts on something. And you start out really strong. You make some good points, but eventually your train of thought comes to a stop. You kind of just run out of things to say. And then you don't end things with confidence. And yeah, kind of like that. Now, I do this myself a lot, and I don't love it. Every time I get stuck and end with a so, yeah, or an and, yeah, I feel like a sad reset button just gets hit somewhere.
Hey everyone, he did it again!
Anyway, I've been trying to be a lot more deliberate when I speak, and there's actually a few things that have helped me with this particular issue. And in this video, I'll be talking about 3 easy ways that you can reduce how often you end things with a yeah. And that in turn will help you consistently end what you're saying with much more confidence. Now first, I just want to say it's not always such a bad thing to end things with a so yeah or an and yeah. There might be times where you want to make your audience feel at ease. And doing this creates a more casual and conversational tone. And yeah, doing this can easily make someone feel more welcome or comfortable with you. But at the same time, this doesn't project confidence or certainty. And there will definitely be times where you want to project both of those things. Maybe you're taking questions after a really important presentation. Maybe you're negotiating something high stakes. Maybe it's imperative for you to defend your point of view. And ending a sentence with an unconfident and yeah is just gonna undermine you. And so tip number 1, you can substitute in a different phrase. You could say something like, at least that's my opinion on it. Or anyway, that's what I think. And I think these are really good because you can still pull them out if your train of thought has stalled and you're running out of things to say. That's normally what leads to me ending things with an awkward and yeah. But these other phrases tie things up and conclude things much more neatly. It's a simple and easy substitution, but it'll have you ending things with much more confidence than an and yeah ever could. At least that's how I see it. Tip number 2, pay attention to upspeak and focus on ending your sentences with a downward inflection. This basically means saying the last syllable of your sentence in a lower tone than the one before it. You don't even have to focus on what you're saying, just how you're saying it. And doing this will automatically make you sound a lot more confident in what you're saying. Now, I know for me, I sometimes throw in an and yeah to fill in what feels like an awkward silence, but I think it sounds a lot more awkward in my head than it actually does in real life. And if you've ended on a downward inflection, it won't be awkward silence. It will have just sounded like you've made your point. And tip number 3, aim to have the end of your point in mind before you start talking. I came across this great article on LinkedIn where the author suggests to have an open, middle, and close speaking structure, and to have the close or landing pad in mind before you start speaking. And I think that's a really helpful way to approach this, and one that many people wouldn't have considered. I know for me, if I suddenly have to start talking about something, I only think about how I'm gonna start it. And then I usually just think of my next thought as I'm finishing my current thought. I don't always know where I'm going with it. Sometimes it's kind of like I'm walking down a road as I'm building it at the same time, and I'm kind of just seeing where it goes. And that's what makes it so easy to just run out of things to say. And that is what often leads to ending things with an unconfident yeah. If you're ending things with a so yeah or an and yeah, that's normally just a signal that you've run out of things to say. But if you think about where you want to end up before you start talking, that makes it so much easier to end what you're saying with confidence. You know where you're trying to get to, rather than seeing where things go, getting lost, and then getting stuck in the middle of nowhere. You won't run out of things to say if you've arrived at the point that you wanted to make. And this can be in the form of restating the question that was asked of you, reconfirming your initial point, or even just navigating to the substitute phrase that you've switched in. Any of those will work fine, just as long as you aim to have the end of your point in mind before you start speaking. And if you want proof of how effective each of these tips are, well, if you didn't notice, I ended what I said about each tip with the actual tip itself. And I think that basically speaks for itself. In any case, I hope these also help you reduce how often you end things with an and yeah. Look at us. 2 people who now know how to end what we're saying with confidence. Anyway, that's it for today. If this resonated with you or you found this insightful, your thumbs up is very much appreciated. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.